Mr. Naseem Hamza Ahmad is a multilingual content expert with over 22 years of experience in different area of public relation management, media relations, language training, translation, and localization, etc., etc. In 1998, he started his career as a translator cum administrator at Ministry of Interior in Qatar. Then he also worked as a language specialist and senior translator. Then in 2011, he has joined Dubai municipality as a bilingual media coordinator, where he coordinated local and international media and developed multilingual content for press release, magazines, and other publication of Dubai municipality. In 2014, he was appointed as a media coordinator cum administrator at the office of His Highness the Crown Prince of Dubai. Then in 2016, he moved to APCO worldwide as a senior media consultant. Then having now founded Lingo Orbit in 2018, he worked with in Dubai as a chief editor of Al Hindiya Arabic online portal, which is a non-biased comprehensive media platform exclusively dedicated for Indian stories, news, and articles. And also a very pleasure thing, he was the official Arabic interpreter of Rahul Gandhi during his Dubai visit in last 2018. أنا أرجو الأخ الكبير نسيم همزة ليتقدم موضوعه الآن فليتفضل مشكورا.
Thank you for the wonderful introduction. شكرا على التعريف الجميل. إن شاء الله سنبدأ جلستنا اليوم حول موضوع الترجمة القانونية وترجمة المستندات. إن شاء الله we will start our topic today about the legal document translation. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers, my dear friends and colleagues, Dr. Sabir, Dr. Sabiq, and Dr. Sushir and Dr. Muhammad Rafi, and all other people who work behind this great initiative. First of all, let me introduce the legal translation. Legal translation is the translation of documents, language used in legal settings and for different legal purposes. This is the simple ta'rif, definition of the legal translation. If you search for a definition for legal translation, you can see different variations of legal definition of legal translation. This is what I found reasonable, so I selected this. Yes, it includes but not limited to, the legal translation includes but not limited to laws, decrees, ordinances, law amendments, contracts, MOUs, memorandum of understandings, power of attorneys, financial reports, trade licenses, all types of professional documents, personal documents and certificates. أعتقد أن هذا واضح لكم، ما أحتاج إلى شرحه باللغة العربية. إذا أي واحد منكم ما فهم أي شيء ممكن يرفع يده ويسألني إن شاء الله عن طريق الشاتنج، يعني عن طريق الدردشة. فإن شاء الله سأرد عليكم حسب الظروف والحاجة إن شاء الله. Many people think that legal translation is something related to only court matters or only something related to laws, but it is not like that. Legal translation is it means anything that used legal language. Maybe it is not directly related to a court or law or legal things. If there is legal terminologies, it is called legal translation. Mainly, there are 3 types of legal translation. These are the main types of legal translation. Law translation. Law translation means all types of laws issued by a country. Sometimes it may be an official gazette which includes lots of laws inside it, and maybe it is a single law. And the second one is personal document translation. For example, if you want to travel to an Arab country, you have to translate your personal documents, like your certificates, your birth certificates, your educational certificates, and all other, your mark list and all your personal things. So it is also called legal translation because it needs to be submitted to a government authority. So whatever you are going to submit to a government authority required legal translation, which has a legal authority stamp or legal translator's stamp. Okay, and third one is sworn translation. It's almost similar. The only difference is there will be a seal, a stamp of a sworn translator, a translator who got license from the Ministry of Justice from the concerned country. That is sworn translation. Mainly the legal translations are related to document translation, because almost all documents are produced by government agencies or companies, which is related to legal procedures. And sometimes it also include oral translation in courts. It's also called legal or judicial translation. A legal translator is called someone who got license from the country, from the Ministry of Justice. He's only the legal translator. But anyone can translate a legal document, if you have enough knowledge in both languages, like Arabic and English or any target language. If you have good knowledge and experience in the translation field, anyone can translate legal documents. Here, I would like to give you a picture about the market size of, language services, mainly the translation services. See how big is the language services in the world. It's always growing because the world always need to produce a lot of content and its translation every time. It's always increasing, it never decreases, because every companies and organizations and government agencies, they need to produce a bulk quantity of content for their content needs and marketing. So it's always growing, you know, it's from 2009 to 2021. It is expected to be $56 billion business in the next year. This is only official and registered companies business. And apart from this, there are a lot of, you know, unofficial translations and language services are, maybe it is more than double of this. It's very interesting, right? So translation industry is very, very big. Some people think that the language and translation industry is very small. You can see the salary of a translator in UAE. It may be slightly different in some other countries, but in UAE, this is the salary range of a normal translator, not a legal translator. A normal translator's salary starts from 4,000. If you are a beginner, it starts from 4,000. And if you have more experience, you will get more. And the highest salary of a normal translator is 21,000 UAE dirham, which is equal to around 4 lakhs Indian rupees. If you have more than 10 years of experience and very good confidence in your skills, of course, you can bargain up to 21,000. This is a normal translator's salary, but the salary of a legal translator starts from 20,000. If you have already a license of the government, your salary starts from 20,000, and it may be up to 50,000, as I know. So to be a successful legal translator, what skills sets are required? So first of all, you need to have working knowledge of the legal system. You know, at least minimum. You need to know what is the court procedures and what is the legal system in the country, and what are the rules, and you know what the language, what is the language they are using in the legal procedures, all these things. And secondly, you must be able to maintain the integrity of the translator work. It is related to so many things, you know, as its confidentiality and its, you know, its quality. You need to have years of legal experience, means translating legal documents under a senior translator. You cannot directly start as a legal translator from the beginning. You must work under a senior legal translator 4 years. Then only you can start your legal career, means legal translator career. Yes, advanced language grammar knowledge in source language and target language. Excellent writing skills in both languages. Maybe, you know, we know so many people, they already know the language, they know the grammar, but they don't have the writing skills. You know, writing skill is very important. Without writing skills, you cannot write good sentences. You have to be detail oriented. You have to have an eye to all details of the document, you know, to double check the mistakes and proofread it and edit it. And you have to be resourceful, reliable, and responsible. Resourceful means, you know, you should know how to use the latest technologies and techniques in translation. Otherwise, you will be very, you know, unreachable. Or you have to be reliable. Some people, you know, they take work and they don't deliver. And you have to be responsive. Means you have to be able to communicate with the client in a very good way. So these are the basic skill set that you need to be a successful legal translator. I hope it's clear for you. Here, I have put some, al-mutatallabat wal-mustanadat. Means if you want to be a legal translator in UAE, these are the requirements. These are the requirements you should have officially, to apply for a legal translator position. And this I found in the website of the Ministry of Justice. So you can see a window like this, a page like this. You can directly, start clicking on this button, applying on this. But before that, you must have these documents with you, which is Shahadatul Khibra, experience certificate, at least 5 years. 5 years, after your degree in Arabic language. Of course, if you are an Indian, you must have a degree in Arabic language, minimum, okay? And وثيقة التعارف, I think this is a recommendation letter from your company for which you are working. And Surat Jawaz Safar is known for you, Al-Huwiyya, your ID. Surah and Al-Iqama, your Iqama means your residence visa. Surah Shakhsiyya, your photo. Shahadatul Liyaqa Sahiyya, your health fitness certificate. التأمين ضد الأخطاء المهنية. This is very important. You have to pay around 6,000 dirhams every year as a insurance for the professional errors. Means your occupational errors, like if you make any mistakes in translation, maybe this is an insurance amount, only 6,000 dirhams every year. And yeah, this is for not non-government employees. Okay, shahadat baccalaureus aw ma yu'adiluha. Okay, in addition to your experience certificate, you have to have a degree certificate, or equivalent certificate. Shahad husn sira wa suluk, a contact certificate. So these are the minimum requirements. I think there are some other requirements, like you need to have an equivalency certificate of your Indian certificate from the Ministry of Education in the UAE. I have no idea about the procedures of other countries. Being a legal translator or document translator, it is very important if you specialize in a specific field. They are highly demanded, actually. For example, if you specialize in financial translation, it's really promising, actually, because there are thousands of companies that are working in financial field, like auditing companies, accounting companies, and so many other companies, related to accounts and on auditing. And this is if you are a specialized translator in financial field, your chances are high. Like a doctor or journalist, the translator can choose whether to be a generalist or a specialized one in a specific field. What are the benefits? Let's see here. By selecting a field of your interest, you can broaden your knowledge. You can increase the efficiency of your work. You can improve the quality of your work, because you will do more research and study in that field, and improve your communication in a specific field. It is easier than communicating with the client from different fields. It's easier to communicate with clients in a specific field. So you can improve your communication. And of course, if you are a specialized translator, your rates are always high. And choose a field of your choice. It's very important, actually. If you don't like legal content, or if you don't like medical content, you don't need to work for that field. You can choose your own interest, and you can enjoy your work. So that's the main benefits of being a specialized translator. Now let us go through some examples of translation, which is considered document translation and legal translation. I have already shared a book which is called Arabic English Translation Issues and Strategies with the organizers. Maybe you have already received it. I have taken these examples from that book. I have a lot of documents with me, which is translated by myself, but I can't share it with you because it is very confidential. So I took these examples from the book that I shared with you already, because it is very important to keep the confidentiality of the documents that you are handling with. This is one of the ethics of the translator. You should never share a document that you have translated with anyone else without the permission of the client. Yeah, so I hope you understand. This is the original document, means the Arabic one, the source language, and this is the translated content. I have taken this content as it is. Maybe it's not my content, so maybe there is some different opinions about the translations. Anyway, let's go through the content. I think this is Al-Jamahir Al-Arabiyya Al-Libiyya Al-Sha'biyya Al-Ishtirakiyya Al-Ulama. Yes, great socialist people's Libyan Arab Jamahiriya. Maybe this can be translated in some other way. Anyway, this is how I found it in that book. Okay. Jamiat al-Tahaddi. Al-Tahaddi University. Tahaddi means challenge, right? Tahaddi means challenge. And Sart as a place name. Okay. Here it is mentioned the date and the corresponding date in Hijri calendar and reference number رقم الإشارة الموافق التاريخ. Okay. Stamp Great Republic, maybe something written inside the stamp. That is how they put the stamp, in the bracket. Stamp Great Republic Al Tahaddi University. Okay, the name of university is not translated. We never translate a name, so At Tahaddi put as it is. Okay, graduation certificate. Here it is Ifadatu Takharruj. Takharruj means graduation. So this is the a difference in different countries actually. Some other countries it is called Shahadat Takharruj. Now here Ifadat Takharruj. Okay. تفيد جامعة التحدي بأن الطالب Al-Tahaddi University hereby certify that the student, the name of student will be here. Al-Muqayyad بكلية الآداب والتربية, enrolled in the Faculty of Literature and Education. قسم اللغة العربية. It is Arabia, but it is English. I think maybe the translator did a mistake here. Here Arabia, here English. So it must be English, right? Okay. Sorry, it must be Arabic. Okay. تحت رقم قيد with the register number. So you have to put the register number here. They are keeping the confidentiality. That's why they removed the names and all this thing, Yep. As a regular student, بوصفه يعني بصفة قيد نظامي. نظامي means regular. نظامي. As a regular student. Has completed all the necessary courses. قد أنهى جميع المقررات الدراسية اللازمة. To be awarded the first university degree. Or we can first read this and read this later. Okay, both are same. Okay. اللازمة للحصول على الإجازة الجامعية الأولى. To be awarded the first university degree, license. License is mentioned license in Arabic. Okay. تخصص لغة عربية with a major in Arabic. Here it is correct. I think this is by mistake. Okay. See, this is a translation book, but still there are mistakes. Even though it is very simple, it's a mistake. Yeah. Okay. الجائزة الأولى تخصص لغة عربية بتقدير عام ممتاز with a mention of excellent for the academic year للعام الجامعي so and so, you know. Efrenchi means after, you know, AD. Okay. Maybe this is a style of Libyan style, you know. So we can go through some other examples so you can see the difference. This certificate was provided to him to use. أعطيت له هذه الإفادة لاستعمالها. Okay, there are two signatures, so they put signature and signature. Okay, مسجل means register. Okay, كلية الآداب والتربية, the faculty of literature and education. And أمين اللجنة الجامعية أعتقد الشعبية لكلية الآداب والتربية, Secretary of the People's Committee at the Faculty of Literature and Education. Yes, I think this one we have to confirm. You know how you can confirm a translation? You have to research on Google. You know, through the official websites of a country, you can get the names of a country and the university. You have to go to, if it is correctly pronounced like this, you have to go to the website of Jamiat al-Tahaddi and check their English website, and you know, put the same exact meaning. Oh, sorry, the wording of the spelling. Wherever you find something, you know, difficult to confirm, you have to go to the official website of those companies or parties or universities or government authorities and get it officially. You know, then only we can confirm it. I'm not sure this is the right translation because it's translated like Libyan Arab Jamahiriya. I don't think so. Okay, so let's go through some other examples. So this is called, why this is called a legal translation? The first one, this is a personal document, right? Still we are calling it a legal translation because this document is translated for a legal purpose. That's why we call it legal translation. Okay. Okay, very good. Okay. This is an article from LO. See, Al-Mad al-Khamisa, the fifth article. ينشر هذا القانون في الجريدة الرسمية ويعمل به من تاريخ نشره في الجريدة الرسمية ويصدر وزير المالية اللائحة التنفيذية لهذا القانون خلال شهر من تاريخ نشره. يبصم هذا القانون بخاتم الدولة وينفذ كقانون من قوانينها. هكذا نقرأه باللغة العربية. You know, it's very important to know the grammar, to read it exactly, you know, as it is. Otherwise, you can even read it in different ways. If you don't know the Arabic grammar, some people may read it, you know, ينشر هذا القانون. It's wrong actually. You have to read it ينشر هذا القانون. How you know that it's ينشر? Without knowing the grammar, that's very difficult. You don't know. You don't have any clue how to read it. Okay, let's see the translation. This law shall be published in the official gazette. Official gazette means Al-Jarida Rasmiya. Sometimes we know the Jarida means newspaper, but here the meaning is official gazette. It's totally different, right? And Yunsharu will be published. هذا القانون, this law, في الجريدة الرسمية, in the official gazette. ويعمل به, and shall come into force. You know, it will be applicable, like, you know, يعمل به means it will be it shall come into the force, from the date of its publication therein. من تاريخ نشره في الجريدة الرسمية. See here in English, they omitted like the جريدة الرسمية second time. But in Arabic, it repeated. Because in Arabic, they always prefer to, to be very clear, instead of being a beautiful, sentence. In legal translation, they prefer to make it very clear. So they repeat some words and some, and avoid maximum using the pronouns and some, some other words like therein in English, but it's to an extent it is permissible. Like this word therein, okay? Yeah. ويصدر وزير المالية اللائحة التنفيذية لهذا القانون. The Minister of Finance shall issue the executive regulations. ويصدر means shall issue. وزير المالية Minister of Finance اللائحة التنفيذية the executive regulations. اللائحة التنفيذية means executive regulation لهذا القانون. Hereof means, they put hereof, regulations hereof instead of لهذا القانون. See, this is the difference in English and Arabic. Hereof خلال شهر من تاريخ نشره, within 1 month of publication. خلال شهر من تاريخ نشره. Okay, its publication. Okay, this law shall receive the seal of the state. يبصم هذا القانون means basama means, to be sealed. Basama means to be sealed. So يبصم هذا القانون بخاتم الدولة shall receive the seal of state. خاتم الدولة, the seal of state, and shall be effective as one of the state laws. وينفذ and shall be effective كقانون من قوانينها, as one of the state laws. See, this is the source one, and the other one is target. The English is target language. This is how we translate an article from a law. And in a law, you can find, many articles which is different from each other. Okay. See, now here from English to Arabic. Intangible drilling costs and all operating expenses, including those accumulated prior to the commencement of commercial production, shall be recoverable in the fiscal year in which they were incurred. So let's see how it is translated in Arabic. تكاليف الحفر غير الملموسة. So intangible means غير الملموسة. Intangible drilling cost, تكاليف الحفر. And all operating expenses, وكافة مصروفات التشغيل, including those accumulated. بما في ذلك ما تراكم. This is wrong actually, not تاركم. ما تراكم. This is a spelling mistake or something, typing mistake maybe. So ما تراكم means accumulated. This is how we find mistakes. If you proofread, okay, including those accumulated prior to the commencement of commercial production. بما في ذلك ما تراكم منها, including those accumulate. تراكم means accumulated. تاركم means different. It has no connection with. Okay. ما تراكم منها قبل بدء الإنتاج, prior to the commencement of commercial production. إنتاج, production. It is not written commercial here, but here it is written commercial. بما في ذلك منها قبل بدء الإنتاج. We can add it, maybe الإنتاج الصناعي or الإنتاج, yes, تجاري. أعتقد الصناعي is better. Okay. قبل بدء الإنتاج. But إنتاج mean production. Shall be recoverable in the fiscal year in which they were incurred. So all these things will be recoverable. تسترد means will be recoverable. ابتداء من السنة الضريبية. In the fiscal year. It is here it is written in the fiscal year, but here in Arabic it is written starting from the tax year. You know why this is difference? Maybe this is how they used, you know, instead of fiscal year, they used tax year in which they were incurred. التي أنفقت فيها هذه التكاليف والمصروفات. See, it is enough to say, you know, التي أنفقت فيها, but they added like هذه التكاليف والمصروفات to make it more clear. This, you know, this costs and expenses. So in Arabic, it is but, you know, adding bit more words and expressions than English. English is very precise and short always, but Arabic, and normally in legal, even in the legal language, they add little bit more, you know, words and explanation to make it more clear. Capital expenditures for exploration shall be recoverable at the rate of 20% per annum based on amortization at that rate. النفقات الرأسمالية, capital expenditures for exploration لعمليات. I think something missing here. Exploration means, okay, لعمليات أو للعمليات تسترد بمعدل 20 shall be recoverable at the rate of 20. You know, تسترد means shall be recoverable بمعدل 20 at the rate of 20% في المئة. بمعدل 20% في السنة. In a year. No, per annum. Based on amortization at that rate. على أساس استهلاكها بهذا المعدل. So amortization is translated as istihlak. You know, consuming. Istihlak means consuming. على أساس استهلاكها بهذا المعدل. At that rate. بهذا المعدل. So this is how, see, it is not a word by word translation. This is a you know, meaning translation actually. This is the beginning, a starting of the Egyptian law, one of the Egyptian laws. Okay, so this is the Arabic is the original, of course, because it's an Arabic country. Let's explain this as well. قانون رقم 73, you know, و73 لسنة 1956. Law number 73 of 1956. بتنظيم مباشرة الحقوق السياسية وتعديلاته. This is not translated actually. Why? Regulating the commencement. It means, you know, this is not translated here. So I am trying to translate it. بتنظيم means regulating. You know, not organizing. بتنظيم مباشرة means commencement, not life. You know, so in the language, you know, in the legal language, it's different. Regulating the commencement of الحقوق السياسية, political rights, وتعديلاته, and its amendments. So this is not written in English. Okay. بسم الأمة, in the name of the nation. Al-Ummah means nation. Bism al-Ummah, in the name of the nation. Majlis al-Wuzara, the Council of Ministers. بعد الاطلاع على الإعلان الدستوري الصادر في 10 من فبراير السنة 1953. Having reviewed the constitutional declaration بعد الإطلاع. بعد الإطلاع means having reviewed. على الإعلان الدستوري, the constitutional declaration. الإعلان الدستوري. الصادر issued. issued في 10 من فبراير سنة 1953. on 10th of February 1953. وعلى القرار الصادر, and also after the review of the decision في 17 من نوفمبر سنة 1954 November 1954, granting the Council of Ministers بتخويل مجلس الوزراء, بتخويل مجلس الوزراء, granting the Council of Ministers سلطات رئيس الجمهورية. سلطات رئيس الجمهورية, the powers of President of the Republic. سلطات means powers. رئيس الجمهورية, President of Republic. Okay. وعلى المرسوم بقانون رقم 148 لسنة 1935 الخاص بالانتخاب والقوانين المعدلة له. And also having reviewed the decree number 148 of 1935 pursuant to elections. Pursuant to elections, means الخاص بالانتخابات, الخاص related to elections. والقوانين المعدلة له, and the laws amending it. القوانين المعدلة له. Okay. And based on وعلى ما ارتآه مجلس الدولة. Okay. And based on what has been believed by the State Council. وعلى ما ارتآه مجلس الدولة. وبناء على ما عرضه وزير الداخلية. And what has been presented by the Ministry of Interior. على ما عرضه means presented by وزير الداخلية, by the Minister of Interior, وزير الداخلية. أصدر القانون الآتي means who أصدر? Maybe the President or someone else. أصدر means has issued the following law. Let's go to the Omani law. And the articles of these laws are already, we got an example before. This is the beginning of the law. نحن قابوس بن سعيد سلطان عمان. We قابوس بن سعيد سلطان of Oman. بعد الاطلاع على النظام الأساسي للدولة الصادر بالمرسوم السلطاني رقم كذا وكذا, يعني 96/101. Okay. So after pursual of, or after having reviewed, you can also start and translate like before having reviewed this, but here it is translated after perusal of the state basic law. After perusal of the state basic law, بعد الاطلاع على النظام الأساسي, النظام الأساسي basic law. Actually, للدولة, it's better to translate. I think, in my opinion, this is this example I took from the book that I shared with you. It's better to translate articles of association and النظام الأساسي. But in maybe this is, of course, this is correct. In Oman, this is translated like this, but I'm not sure. I have to check it. State basic law, النظام الأساسي للدولة of the country, the state basic law promulgated by the royal decree. الصادر بالمرسوم السلطاني. الصادر by the royal decree. الصادر بالمرسوم السلطاني. المرسوم السلطاني means royal decree. Royal decree. الصادر means issued, but it is translated as promulgated. رقم so and so. Okay. وعلى قانون العمل الصادر وعلى قانون العمل الصادر بالمرسوم السلطاني رقم 73 و34 وتعديلاته. And the labor law issued by the royal decree قانون العمل labor law. See, here it is translated issued, but here it is translated promulgated. بالمرسوم السلطاني issued by the royal decree number 34/73 and the amendments thereof وتعديلاته amendments thereof وبناء على ما تقتضيه المصلحة العامة and in accordance with the public interest. ما تقتضيه المصلحة العامة. Okay. رسمنا بما هو آت. We have decreed as follows. Means, we, Qaboos bin Said, have decreed as follows. رسمنا بما هو آت. Why it is have? Because we used here. That's why. Actually, this is one person. For one person, we use only has in English, but here it's respecting the Sultan of Oman. They used we. That's why have decreed. رسمنا بما هو آت. In Egypt, they call it like نحن جماهير شعب مصر العامل على هذه الأرض المجيدة منذ فخر التاريخ والحضارة. This is how an Arabic country starts as introduction. They put a lot of synonyms and a lot of beautiful words in a constitution. But if you check a constitution of a European country, you don't see this. You see only the very, very, very brief and precise introduction. See, نحن جماهير هذا الشعب في قرى مصر وحقولها ومدنها ومصانعها ومواطن العمل والعلم فيها وفي كل موقع يشارك في صنع الحياة على تاربها. Let's see what is على ترابها ممكن, not تاربها. See, because it is soil. أو يشارك في شرف الدفاع عن هذا التارب. Maybe it is used tarib also because it is also repeated. Instead of turab, they use tarib. Yes. So this is how the Arabic style of content in Arabic countries. But when we translate this, we have to translate it as it is. We cannot change it much. It cannot be different, very different from the original content. So they translated it as it is. We, the people of Egypt, who have been toiling on the great land since the dawn of history and the beginning of civilization. نحن جماهير شعب مصر العامل. Instead of عامل, they put toiling. على هذه الأرض, on this great land, المجيدة. منذ فجر التاريخ, since the dawn of history, والحضارة, and the beginning of civilization. Okay. We, the people working in Egypt's villages, cities, plants, means masania, centers of education, مواطن العمل, centers of education. It's not والعلم, yeah. Centers of education, مواطن العمل والعلم, yes. Centers of education and industry, and in any field of work. وفي كل موقع, which contributes to create life. يشارك في صنع الحياة. أحسن أعتقد يساهم. بدلا من يشارك, أفضل أن يكون يساهم. في كل موقع يساهم في صنع الحياة. يشارك is something weak. I feel like that. Which is a field of work which contributes to create life on its soil. على تاربها. أو يشارك في شرف الدفاع, or which plays a part in the honor of defending this land. أو يساهم أو يشارك في شرف الدفاع عن هذا التاريخ. This is the style of Egyptian law. Okay, this is the last one, I think. Yes. See, this is a Shahadat Taharruj again, means a graduation certificate. The first one we discussed was Ifadat Taharruj. Here you can see Shahadat Taharruj. Al-Jumhuriyya al-Yamaniya, this is a different country. Al-Jumhuriyya al-Yamaniya. Jamiat Amran, yes. So Raqam al-Jami'i, number of the university. Where is this? Okay, I'm about half. Okay, Amran University number. Graduation certificate, Shahadat Takharruj. تشهد جامعة عمران كلية التربية والعلوم التطبيقية. Amran University, the Faculty of Education and Applied Sciences, certifies that the student so and so بأن الطالب so and so كذا وكذا. المولود في تاريخ كذا وكذا وجنسيته كذا وكذا. يعني born in so and so on so and so on the date, of Yemeni nationality. جنسيته Yemeni, of Yemeni nationality, has been awarded the degree. حاصل على درجة بكالوريوس في التربية تخصص لغة إنجليزية. Degree of Bachelor of Education, major English. تخصص means major, لغة إنجليزية, English. في دور يونيو عام كذا وكذا 2008 ميلادية. In the June examination session of the year 2000 whatever, okay. بتقدير عام جيد جدا مع مرتبة الشرف. With the mention very good. So it is translated as بتقدير with the mention very good, which corresponds to 89%. وبمعدل 89%. صدرت بتاريخ date of issue. مسجل الكلية faculty registrar. عميد الكلية المسجل العام general register. Okay, University of Yemen. So this is not عميد الكلية principal. نائب رئيس الجامعة vice president. This is not translated here, I think. Yeah. So this is how the translation, that you can see from a book which is, teaching the translation. Here I have put some أخطاء الشائعة, common mistakes, that is widely used in translation. Actually, this is already used. We are used to use it actually. But these are mistakes. Let's go through the mistakes first. الخطأ means the mistake. قرأت رواية مسرحية وقصة. It is not the Arabic style. This is English style. This is the sawab. This is the right way of putting Arabic using atf. قرأت رواية ومسرحية وقصة. قرأت رواية. So you have to put the harf واو, واو العطف in between of all this. This is the right way. But this is used very widely, and everyone thinks that this is also right. And khata, here the second mistake, شوارع ومباني وحدائق المدينة, in using the mulaf and mulaf ilayh. So all these words are added to al-Madina. So instead of putting all mulafs together, see what is the right one? شوارع المدينة ومبانيها وحدائقها. This is the correct way. Okay. So you have to put the first one here, shawari, add mulaf to the mulaf ilayhi, then using the lamir, here mabaniha wa hadaikaha. This is the right way. Okay. Al-khata. في مقابلة له مع الصحافة تحدث الفنان عن فنه. So I have seen this type of sentences several times, in the newspapers, and even the newspapers are using this. But the right thing is the correct way of expressing this kind of sentences is like that, this way. تحدث الفنان عن فنه في مقابلته مع الصحافة. This how. 1 second. Okay. So you have to start like this, using a verb, then jar majroor. Without having a strong reason, you should not put the jar majroor, before the sentence. Huna, here you can see they put fi muqabalatin lahu ma'a sahafa first, then started the sentence. It is permissible, but it is not a good style actually. But and I found this in a discussion. They put it as khata. Actually, this is the right. Okay, khata. This is tasarruf bishaklin hasan. Everyone using this these days. Tasarrafa bishaklin khata. Actually, the better way to express this kind of sentence like tasarrafa tasarrufan hasanan as a maf'ul mutlaq, This is called maf'ul mutlaq in Arabic grammar. Tasarrafa tasarrufan hasanan. Zuri'atil arlu min qabali wisam. So here, the verb is a passive voice and then used the fa'il. This is wrong actually. So we have to use in a direct way, like without passive voice, active voice, like zara'a wisam al arla. Zara'a fi'il, wisam fa'il, al arla maf'ul bihi. This is the better way. And here, this is a very common, everywhere you can see mamnu' tadkheen. But the correct form is at-tadkheen mamnu', mubtada khabar. So mamnu' tadkheen is widely used, and people think this is correct, but this is the correct way. And this one, كانت المحاضرات مفيدة فبالنسبة للمحاضرة الأولى. See, everyone using this way, but better to use كانت المحاضرات مفيدة فالمحاضرة الأولى. فا is enough, no need بالنسبة هنا. Okay. لا زالت المواقف متباينة. This is a very common mistake. لا زال. لا زال means, if you use la with zala, it means dua, a supplication to the God. Like la zala means it's totally different from mazala. It has a meaning, but it is different from mazala. Mazala means still. So mazalat mawaqif mutabayina. This is the right way of expressing, not la zalat. But people, they use it. They use la zala, very, very common. It is very common, but this is a wrong expression actually. Okay. تصرف الجندي كقائد. Here, this is also very widely used. Ka instead of بوصفه قائد. تصرف الجندي بوصفه قائدا. This is the best way and the right way. Here it means كقائد means كأنه قائد. Like a قائد means كأنه قائد, not not as in his capacity as قائد. This means in his capacity as a leader. This means as if he is a leader. So this is different meaning. It has a different meaning. Okay. وصل روسيا منتخب المغربي مساء هذا اليوم. See, this is very complicated, right? When we read it, we doubt about the meaning. So better to say like wasala muntakhabul maghrib ila Russia, because wasala is not a transitive verb, it's an intransitive verb. So if you use it, better to use ila with that. wasala muntakhabul maghrib ila Russia مساء هذا اليوم. عبر الهاتف also very commonly used, very widely used, but better to use bil hatif. عبر الهاتف, via or through, but it's not correct to use. غطى, also used in journalistic language, like غطى الصحفي أحداث الحرب. Better to use نقل الصحفي, covered. This is a literary translation. This is the good usage. نقل الصحفي أحداث الغرب is better. لعب دورا مفصليا. What is it? A pivotal role. دورا مفصليا. In English, it is correct. He played a pivotal role. But in Arabic, it is not correct actually. But when we translate from English, people use the same way. But this is the best way. كان دوره مفصليا. أو قام بدور مفصلي instead of كان. Okay. اعتبر الاتفاق لاغيا. لاغيا is wrong. Better to say ملغيا or ملغا. Either way you can use. حارب ضد العدو. ضد is not used in Arabic. It is against. In English we use against, but in Arabic you can directly use al-aduwa without ضد. حارب العدو. Even every one of us are using this way, but without knowing it is true or false. I think most of you are looking for to be a good translator in any field, maybe so, not only in the legal field. So this is my tips for you to be successful in this field. If you want to be successful, you have to start now. Don't procrastinate. Don't delay anything. Start from now. So this is the first point. And think very well and get enough knowledge to start. So you have to start from getting knowledge, and plan accordingly, and start working as a translator. So how you can start working as a translator? Maybe you don't need to wait for a work from a client. You can do voluntary translations of articles. Like there are a lot of articles on the internet. So if you like to be a translator in the media field, you can go and take any translation in English to translate it into Arabic, and send these translation to the online platforms and get it published. And and gradually you can get enough knowledge in that field. So let me quickly go through this. Make your client happy at any cost. Don't compromise on the quality or the deadline or the or anything that a client is looking for. So do your best, dedicate yourself, and make your client happy at any cost. Yes, never justify your mistakes. Always accept your mistakes and learn from others. This is a very big quality actually every translator should have. Once you justify your mistakes, it means you don't have that a good quality to accept mistakes and learn from others. Yes, work hard with consistency. Maybe in the beginning, maybe you find difficulties, but you have to work hard until you find more and more opportunities. Yes. And the most important thing is keep on learning and doing. Actually there are a lot of translators. They never want to learn and study and develop their skills. They think that if they don't get a complaint from the client, they think that their clients are happy. But it's not like that. Maybe, once if you translated a document and a client went away and he didn't come back, it doesn't mean that your translation is good. Mostly the clients, if they don't like the translation, they will not come back. And if they come back and they appreciate you about your work, it means you are a good translator. Otherwise, there is something wrong, So we have to always keep on learning and doing the work and try to do good work and take the challenges. So these are the tips that I can give you from my experience. Most of the Indian translators, they are what I felt from their attitude, like they think that they can be never a translator like a native speaker. معظم المترجمين من الهند يعتقدون أنهم لا يستطيعون أن يكونوا مترجمين بارعين مثل العرب. لماذا؟ لأنهم يعتقدون أن اللغة العربية ليست لغتهم. صح ولا لا؟ فيعني دائما يقولون أنا ما أستطيع لأن العربية ليست لغتي الأم. أما هناك حديث يعني كما تعرفون كما تشوفون كما ترون على الشاشة، ليست العربية لأحدكم من أب ولا أم. Unlike other languages, بخلاف اللغات الأخرى ليست العربية لأحدكم من أب ولا أم، وإنما هي من اللسان، فمن تكلم بالعربية فهو عربي. هذا حديث. هناك آراء مختلفة حول هذا الحديث، ومن تجربتنا نرى أن آلاف الناس يجيدون اللغة العربية أحسن من المواطنين العرب. ليس من الضروري أن تكون صحيحا إذا كنت عربي الأصل، لا. هناك الآلاف من العرب يخطئون في كلامهم وكتابتهم وتأليفاتهم وجرائدهم، ولكن هناك آلاف الناس يعني متعلمين اللغة العربية ومثقفي، يعني الذين نالوا علما من الدول الغير العربية، قد أجادوا اللغة العربية وأتقنوا اللغة العربية وتفوقوا في اللغة العربية وكتبوا مقالات وكتبوا كتبا عربية. كما تعرف أن سيبويه، هل كان سيبويه عربيا؟ لا، كان فارسي الأصل، ولكنه يعرف كإمام العرب. كيف استطاع أن يكون إمام العرب وهو ليس عربيا؟ فهكذا أريد أن أشجعكم أن تثقوا بأنفسكم. إذا تريدون أن تكونوا مترجمين ماهرين، عليكم أن تثقوا بأنفسكم، وعليكم أن تبذلوا كل ما في جهودكم، وأن تقرأوا وأن تتعلموا دائما، فإن شاء الله هذا ليس بمستحيل. أتمنى لكم كل التوفيق والنجاح في مستقبلكم إن شاء الله. I have put some links here, to learn more. If you really like to learn more about the translation, these are the best resources I found on online. I can share this presentation to the organizers, and then maybe they can share it through the Google Docs or somewhere. You can just click here, and download this very valuable books and read more about the translation. There are books about this book I have already shared, and this book is very good, I think. And this book is about legal translation. It's a bit it's deep discussion, but still it is very good. And Thinking Arabic Translation is also one of the best books I have found online. So I guess it is a beneficial presentation for all of you. And if there is any shortcomings and mistakes, I request your pardon. And if you found anything, if you have any suggestion or any thoughts, you're always welcome to share with me. Now I would like to invite you all to participate in the discussion. Yeah, please.
Could you please share your life story? How did you reach into translation? And how was your first experience, abroad? And usually, I'm starting from the last point you shared, من تكلم بالعربية فهو عربي. كيف نحن الهنود يعني يمكننا السيطرة على الوظائف الرئيسة يعني في مثل هذه المجالات؟
ليس هناك طريق يعني قصير إلى الحصول يعني إلى لتحقيق هذه الأهداف الكبيرة. فكما قلت لكم علينا أن نحاول، علينا أن نعتقد، أن نثق بأنفسنا، وأن نحاول بأقصى قدراتنا، وإلا ما نصل إلى أهدافنا. فهناك الأمثال، هناك العباقرة يعني الذين نعتبرهم أمثالا لنا في الهند، مثل أبو الحسن الشيخ أبو الحسن علي ندوي، الذي كان عالما عبقريا معروفا في دول العرب. فأي واحد يمكن أن يكون، يعني كان العرب يخافون أن يتكلموا أمام أبو الحسن علي ندوي لأنه كان أدرى منهم. فيعني ليس من ليس من ماذا نقول من خاصية أحد من الأشخاص أن يكون عبقريا. إن الله سبحانه وتعالى قد أعطى يعني إمكانيات كثيرة في كل واحد.
As I'm in hospital, I couldn't join full time. It's my pleasure to share that وكان الأخ نسيم كان معي في البكالوريوس. يعني عندما كنت في السنة الأولى للبكالوريوس، والأخ نسيم كان السنة الأخيرة للبكالوريوس. The job he first got, I think he before completing his graduation, before getting the certificate of graduation, he got the job in government. I mean in Qatar. That's why I'm saying it's a model for us, because he got the service because of his skill and aspiration. I remember he was the voracious reader of Al-Mujtama or Al-Arabi عندما كان وهو دارس في البكالوريوس. يعني وأنتم تعرفون مستوى مجلة المجتمع أو مجلة العربي، وكان قارئا أو مطلعا عندما وهو يدرس للدورة الثانية ثانوية والبكالوريوس. ولذا وهذا في حياته مثالية لنا، وأنا أشارك هذا معكم.
شكرا عزيزي الدكتور سابق على هذه المشاركة والتوضيح.
أولا لنسيم حمزة، كانت هذه الدرس مفيدة وممتعة ورائعة جدا. أنا أنتهز هذه الفرصة لأشكرك، وأنت شاركت معنا تجاربك في مجال الترجمة القانونية، ولكن أنت تعمل في مجال الصحافة. هل ممكن أن نسمع منك بعض تجاربك في مجال الصحافة؟
شكرا على هذا السؤال. أنا كنت بدأت كمترجم في وزارة الداخلية بدولة قطر، يعني عندما كنت يعني أدرس في السنة النهائية لبكالوريوس. ما قدرت أكمل شهادة البكالوريوس يعني لأني كنت حصلت هذه الفرصة قبل إكمالها، وسافرت إلى قطر واشتغلت هناك يعني كمترجم تقريبا 9 سنوات. وبعد ذلك تركت ذلك العمل ورجعت إلى الهند واشتغلت كمتخصص اللغة العربية في بعض الشركات العالمية في كيرلا وفي مومباي وفي أيضا وفي مدراس يعني. ثم سافرت إلى دبي لأكون منسقا إعلاميا في بلدية دبي. من هناك يعني من بلدية دبي بدأت عملي ككاتب صحافي، لأن كان عملي يتعلق بكتابة الأخبار وترجمة الأخبار والتنسيق يعني مع الجرائد يعني في مناسبات المؤتمر الصحفي يعني التي كانت تعقد في بلدية دبي. هذه كانت فرصة يعني جيدة جدا بالنسبة لي، حيث تعلمت الكثير في كتابة الأخبار وأشياء كثيرة تتعلق بعمل الصحافة. وحصلت الفرصة على العمل مباشرة مع الجرائد والقنوات يعني والصحفيين من مختلف الأنحاء الإمارات والدول الخليجية وحتى العالم يعني يعني ماذا نقول حتى من BBC وCNN ويعني قنوات أخرى عالمية. نعم، فعلى أساس بناء على هذه الخبرة حصلت فرص كثيرة في عملي. مثلا ثم حصلت يعني عرض وظيفي من مكتب سمو ولي عهد دبي يعني كمنسق إعلامي، حيث عملت هناك يعني تقريبا 2 سنين. ثم انتقلت إلى شركة عالمية أمريكية اسمها أبكو يعني مستشار أول للإعلام يعني سينيور ميديا كونسلتنت. نعم، هذه خبرتي وتجربتي في مجال الصحافة. وحاليا أكتب الأخبار وأترجم الأخبار من العربية إلى الإنجليزية، وبالعكس يعني لشركات وبعض المؤسسات يعني كشركة يعني من شركتي الخاصة. نعم، شكرا. هذا هو الجواب، وأعتقد هذا يكفيكم إن شاء الله. هل هناك سؤال آخر؟ Is there any other question, please? How to get the book, sir, which you have mentioned, please?
دكتور محمود مطرد، لو سمحت من فضلك أن تتكلم.
دكتور محمود اوكي.
हिंदी माफी सवाल. I don't have any questions now, like because I am just a beginner. Like I was just listening to what you are explaining, and at the beginning stage, it's too much for me to digest. But the thing is, like Alhamdulillah, I was able to follow. It was simple, and thank you so much for your presentation. I have already put forth my comment in that, and I have appreciated the presentation of Mr. Naseem Hamza. Mashallah, this shows like the hard work what you have put in, like, and the fruit what you have got. That is the only thing like what you have explained all the time. Inshallah, this is the only way. There is no shortcut. That's what I have understood. Thank you so much for your valuable inputs.
Thank you, Dr. Mahmoud, for your kind words.
Inshallah.
Thank you so much.
السلام عليكم. اسمي إبراهيم ندوي.
الأخ إبراهيم، تفضل أخوي. نعم.
كيف حالك يا شيخ؟ عندي سؤال.
تفضل.
وما هي الإمكانيات الوظائف خاصة في مجال الترجمة في المملكة العربية، خاصة في أيام الكوفيد؟ هذا سؤالي. يعني على المطار كلها مغلقة، فحينئذ وكيف نحن نحاول؟
إذا عندك خبرة من السهل أن تحصل على فرص للعمل كمترجم يعمل عن بعد إن شاء الله يعني، ولكن بدون خبرة أو بدون يعني أو على الأقل يعني إذا أنت عليك أن تكون واثقا بقدرتك يعني في الترجمة. فيمكنك أن تقدم الطلب عن طريق شو اسمه المواقع الإلكترونية المختلفة، ربما تحصل على الفرص إن شاء الله، لأن هذه الأيام في أيام كوفيد أعتقد شركات تبحث عن مترجمين يعملون عن بعد، يعني بدلا من المترجمين يعني يعملون من الشركة من مقر الشركة. فمن السهل يعني إذا عندك خبرة وعندك يعني خلفية لعمل المترجم، هذا سهل. لكن ليس من السهل أن تحصل على فرصة يعني بدون أن تبحث عن المواقع التي توفر الفرص. مثلا لينكدين من أحسن المواقع كما أعتقد، وأيضا هناك بعض المواقع التي يعني تعلن عن الوظائف الشاغرة، مثلا جلف تالنت، ما أدري يعني بالضبط كم هم يعني متفوقين في هذا المجال، ولكن أعرف البيت.com ويعني مواقع أخرى. وأيضا يعني إذا عندك أحد تعرفه يعني يعمل في البلدان العربية ويعرفون يعني الفرص العمل كمترجم، ربما أنت تسألهم كما يعني تسأل بعض الأصدقاء من قبل، ربما هم يحولون لك شو اسمه الفرص للعمل في مجال الترجمة إن شاء الله. ولكن أهم شيء أن تكون واثقا بقدرتك للترجمة. نعم. شكرا على هذا السؤال. أعتقد أن جوابي واضح.
Mr. Abdul Latif, please mute your mic, Mr. Abdul Latif.
Okay. Yes, I have muted it. Yes. هل هناك سؤال؟
هل هناك سؤال؟ لو سمحت مستر سوشير حسن، عندك سؤال؟
سوشير هو زميلنا ما شاء الله من زمان، ما شفناك يا أخي، ما التقينا مع بعض.
ما عندي أي سؤال، أنا مسرور جدا بحضوري ومحاضرة صديقي وعزيزي الأستاذ نسيم حمزة. شكرا جزاكم الله.
أخي سوشير أقدر جهودك الكبيرة يعني لتنظيم مثل هذه شو اسمه المبادرات ما شاء الله الثمينة والقيمة، وأشكر الجميع ما شاء الله كلكم ما قصرتوا يعني هذا شيء جميل.
جزاكم الله وحياكم.
وأي واحد إذا عندهم مشاركة أو سؤال أو استفسار فليتفضلوا بدون تردد.
دكتور عباس موجود هنا؟
I think Preeti has a question.
Yes. Who is that? Preeti? Okay, thank you for the comment, Preeti. Also Nushat, also Amir Hamza. شكرا لكم جميعا إخواني وأخواتي. محمد خالد. Okay, Muhammad Khalid says, I'm good at speaking and listening English, but at Arabic language, not good. So how to improve it? That's a very good question. Muhammad Khalid, do you have opportunities? Do you have chance to interact with Arabs, or you are staying in India? That's the problem. Okay. So you know, these days it is very easy, not like unlike the old days that were, you know, where we learned Arabic language, like when we were learning Arabic language, studying in college, there was nothing like today's, the facilities and so many things are available now. Like you have online platforms, chatting platforms, like language exchange platforms, and social media and all this. If you want to utilize everything positively, there are a lot of interactive apps and people who know Arabic. Inshallah. So I think that way you can improve your English. Sorry, Arabic. Yes. I'm sorry, I can't hear you, Dr. Rafiq. Sorry, Muhammad.
It's printing. You can ask your question.
I didn't hear it. Preeti, can you?
Yeah. السلام عليكم.
عليكم السلام.
ولي سؤال.
Yes, Amin.
هل هناك أي مقاطع قصيرة يعني short videos for learning Arabic easy to beginners?
Actually, there is no shortcut to learn Arabic actually through a videos. Actually, there are, you can see a lot of videos in YouTube, but as I can't recommend you some of them because there are so many videos to the extent that we are confused to which to use which one that's benefit you.
Okay.
So
then
better you join a course actually, an authentic course which teach Arabic systematically. So that's the better way to learn Arabic instead of going and watching video.
My question basically on not to learning Arabic, but those who are completed learning and they have to
you already
go
learn
through.
Arabic. You already
Yes.
learn Arabic and you want to improve your spoken skills, right? So yeah, that's good idea. You always better you watch the news channels and other any entertainment channels, and you watch musalsalat, Arabic serials. And
can you give me any
anything like
entertainment channel name? Entertainment channel name.
I'm not aware of a specific entertainment channel. There are a lot of channels which has entertainment activities, and programs.
Okay.
A lot of channels are there. So everything. I think every Arabic channel has entertainment programs. Like.
Yes. ونحن في أيام دراستنا قمنا بقراءة قصص جوها وقصص قصيرة مثل قصص جوها وقصص حديقة الحيوان هكذا. ولكن إذا حصلنا على المحادثات في اللغة العربية مثل هذا الفيديوهات، هذا أيضا جيد جدا لنا.
اوكي.
ولكن
إذا تريد أن تجيد اللغة العربية الفصحى، اقتراحي هو أن تشاهد مسلسلات قصص الحيوانات في القرآن. هناك قصص الحيوانات في القرآن، يعني شو اسمه مسلسلات مسلسلات الأطفال، الرسوم المتحركة، يعني كارتون.
اوكي.
هناك قصص الحيوانات. هذا شيء مفيد جدا إن شاء الله لتعلم اللغة العربية الفصحى، لأنك تعرف اللغة وتعرف القصص في القرآن، يعني فهذا يساعدك على فهم القصص بسرعة.
نعم. أيضا وقد قمت بقراءة قصص الأنبياء للأستاذ أبو الحسن علي حسن الندبي.
أشكر. شيء جيد. شكرا على المشاركة. فهل هناك أي سؤال يتعلق بموضوع اليوم أو؟
Hello.
نعم.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yes, Preeti.
Sir, I want to ask about the exposure of this particular field, like legal translation. Like I am talking about the job perspective.
Okay. What is your qualification in Arabic already? What qualification?
Actually, I'm doing PhD in Arabic.
MashaAllah. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing that you have already doing you're doing the PhD. And have
Yeah.
you worked before? Have you worked before as a translator or?
No, not yet. I think I'm a beginner.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So are you in India or in any Arab country?
No, I'm from India.
From India.
Actually, I didn't have visited
Okay. Okay.
the
So
foreign countries.
yeah, I mean, while you are continuing with your study, you can start translating. I think some articles so that you get more exposure to the modern usages and all these things. And then once you publish some articles, if you have good writing skills in both English and Arabic, um, you can publish your articles through the different online platforms and post it in social media so that you get attention from people, and that way you can you can make your profile, you can create your profile, and then apply for new jobs as a beginner in the translation field. So you have to start from the beginning, as you didn't start so far. So don't think about the remuneration or compensation when you start. And then once you get some example, some experience and confidence in your language skills, and at least when you complete 5 years in this field, you can apply for the legal translation position in any other countries, like even in UAE or any Gulf countries.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sir, I think
you must have at least a working experience of 5 years after completing your bachelor degree. Then only you can apply for this
it is
license.
the minimum experience.
Minimum experience.
5 years.
Yeah, 5 years.
Okay, okay. So I would like to ask another thing. So you were talking like about the speaking skills.
Yeah.
Like we have to like engage ourselves with the native speakers, right?
Yeah.
But when you could not get that opportunity to talk about like in daily basis, so how can we improve the speaking skills? Like you talk about watching the Musalsalat al-Arabiya, hakaza. So is there another thing, yeah, like any tips about the speaking skills you can talk?
Of course, it is very easy to make friends from Arab countries. It's very easy if you if you participate in different activities like Toastmasters, for example. Participate in Toastmaster meeting in Arabic meetings. Like they have clubs, Arabic clubs. So search online, find a club suitable for you. Ask them that whether you can join with them as a remote participant, like from India. Maybe they will allow you, and you can participate in their online meetings, and then you can interact with them. And once you interact with them, the Arab people they're very friendly. They will be always happy to be friends with us. So then you can communicate with them. So it's very easy.
What is the name of the group? I think
Toastmasters, Arabic Toastmasters. It's a very, very easy way, and also very cheap, actually. Nowadays the meetings are going on online, so I think a small fee is charged because they have their expenses. It is a non-profit organization. They are not taking high fees. Actually, this is a platform where everyone can improve their personality and their skills, both in language and some other fields. So it's very good platform for all, even not only for the Arabic language, it's for English also, any language. A platform where people use it for personality development. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for your participation. Yes. Anyone else? Or I don't know.
Dr. Rafi, we can wrap it up.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. قبل كلمة الشكر, we would like to from you الكلمات الختامية والوصايا الذهبية من قبلك دكتور نسيم.
أعتقد ليست هناك وصايا أو يعني إرشادات. يعني بعد هذا الكلام الطويل يعني تقريبا أكثر من ساعة، أعتقد أنا يعني قد ألقيت لكم النقاط التي عندي من خلال المحاضرة. وكما قلت لكم كنصيحتي الأخيرة لكم، يعني nothing is impossible. ليس هناك أي شيء مستحيل. إذا عندكم رغبة شديدة وثقة بأنفسكم وشغف كبير لتعلم اللغة العربية وإجادتها، فيمكنكم أن تكونوا مثل العرب. يمكنكم يعني أن تكونوا مترجمين بارعين وأن تتفوقوا. يعني حلمي أن يكون يعني دائما أقول لكل واحد يتعلم اللغة العربية: لا تتعلموا اللغة العربية من أجل الكسب، لا تفكروا عن المال، فكروا أن تتفوقوا، عن التفوق في العلم، فتكونوا إن شاء الله يعني متفوقين بدون أن تعلموا أنتم. المشكلة الكبيرة عندنا في ولاية كيرلا، أنا ما أدري يعني هل هذا التعبير صحيح أم لا. إنجاز التعبير يعني أقول لكم يعني معظم الناس هم يتعلمون من أجل الكسب، من أجل الوظيفة، من أجل المال. هذا خطأ كبير. فعليكم أن تتعلموا، فعليكم أن تدرسوا وتواصلوا دراستكم وبحثكم وكل شيء من أجل العلم بدلا من المال. فهذا يعني أسهل طريق للحصول إلى تحقيق آمالكم وتحقيق أهدافكم وأحلامكم إن شاء الله. هذه هي النصيحة الأخيرة، وشكرا لكم. بارك الله فيكم.